To my Tableau table setting session with me. My name is Wong Jiat Hang and I am from Diploma of Hotel Management. May I know how do I call you? My name is Ern Si. Nice to meet you, Ern Si. Have you had any experience in a fine dine restaurant? No, I only worked at cafes. I see. So we will start from the beginning. Without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so right now we'll be preparing the tablecloth. So as you can see, the tablecloth that I will be opening, it is open like this. Yes. Okay, and ensure that the openings are facing you, so that as you can see, there are 3 layers. 1, 2, and 3. So what I want you to do is hold with your thumb and your index finger at the top, the first one, and the second one with your middle finger. And with that, you can toss it to the other end. And as you can see, okay, upon tossing it to the other end, you have to align the tablecloth's center to the edge of the table center. Yes. And then after aligning, then you just pull the one at the bottom with your middle finger and your index finger in between. And in the meantime, you will also have to check for the alignments of the line between the cloth and the table edges. As you can see what I'm doing, I'm flattening out. Okay, so for today, what we will be using is a show plate, an appetizer plate, BB plate, water goblet. Okay, and for the cutleries over here, so what we'll be using is a soup spoon, a dinner fork, a dinner knife, steak knife, a dessert spoon, dessert fork, and a BB knife. Okay, and from here, we also do have a napkin fold. So the napkin fold for today is pyramids. And also we do have a tray for the water goblets and the cutlery pocket and a napkin used as a service cloth. Okay, so for today, our set menu will be a 3-course menu. It is featuring an appetizer, main course, and dessert. For appetizer, it is mushroom soup. For main course, it is steak and fries. And the dessert, last but not least, is tiramisu. Okay, so now we'll begin setting up our table. So we'll go from the right to left. Okay, so as you place down, please ensure that your fingerprint is never left on the plate itself. So when you carry, use the meaty part of your thumb to carry it and place it down. Try not to use your fingers to tap into it. And so now we'll open up the service cloth and it will show us our show plate. So in the same direction from the right to left, we'll place down the show plate about a centimeter off the table. It should be the same as the BB plate placement, and ensure that your hand is never leaving fingerprints on the plate itself. Okay, so before we begin our Tableau setting, we will first place an a la carte setting because a Tableau starts with a base of an a la carte. So as you can see, I have prepared a BB knife, a dinner fork, and a dinner knife. So it goes knife, fork, knife. When you first place down the dinner knife, then the dinner fork, then the BB knife. Okay? So you repeat the same thing over and over again throughout the entire process. So when you place down the knife, please ensure that the BB knife does not pass the BB plate's line itself, and ensure that all the cutleries are placed at a same centimeter of the table. Okay, next, what we'll do is we'll place down the water goblets. So we have to prepare our tray and put all the water goblets on the tray. And as you can see, also the same from the right to the left. The entire process is right to left. So when you place it down, make sure it is in between. As you can see, the knife, the dinner knife, is pointing in directly into the middle of the water goblet itself. So that is the standard that you want to have, so that everything is at the same measurements and it is even and tidy. And since we are having a steak for main course and our dinner knife is not as sharp to cut the meat itself, so we'll have to switch out the dinner knife with a steak knife. As you can see, when you keep the dinner knife from the table to replace with the steak knife, what I want you to do is you take the dinner knife and slide it into the napkin itself. Okay, and since our menu has a mushroom soup, so we have to add in a soup spoon beside the steak knife. Reason being is because when the guest starts to eat, they first take the cutleries from the very end. That means from the side, the cutlery that is farthest from the show plate itself, and they will start by then. So the first one outside, it is an appetizer, so we'll be having a soup spoon. Soup spoon will be placed at the outside, which is beside the steak knife. May I know if you have any other questions that you need to know? No? You sure? You sure? You sure you have no questions? Okay, okay. Okay, lastly, I'll need you to prepare the napkins and place it onto the tray. Okay? Because you do not want to be holding the entire napkin with your hand, it is very unprofessionalized. So you take with the tray and you place it down onto the show plate and make sure it is facing 11 o'clock. And for the rest, you just continue going from right to left and placing it down at 11 o'clock. Make sure all of them are 11 o'clock. Okay, and lastly, we'll need to place down the salt and pepper. So the salt must be always starting from the left and the pepper at the right. So it's the salt and pepper. And ensure that the facing is facing towards the door where the guest enters if there's a flower. Okay, so are you ready? Let's begin. It is your turn to perform for me, and I'll see if you have made any mistakes and I'll correct you on the spot. Okay, so over here I've spotted one mistake of yours, which is when you place it down, it is slightly leaned to the left side. So what I want you to do is stand in the middle, and then you just look it straight down so that you can place it directly in the middle and it's not slanted. Okay? Okay, good job. It is since it is your first time, and still you did it splendidly. Not bad. Not bad for a first time. Okay, so for what we have learned today, let's do a short recap. We have done a table dot setting. A table dot setting means it has more than one course. A single course is a la carte. More than one course, table dot.
Why when we eat the appetizer mushroom soup we must use the soup spoon and not the dessert spoon?
Yes, great question. Okay, so allow me to explain it to you. It is because, as you can see, the soup spoon, it has much more depth compared to the dessert spoon. The soup spoon also resembles something like the Chinese traditional soup spoon, which is it is deep but it's small, whereas a dessert spoon it is flatter. Yes, that is not bad of a question. I do appreciate that question. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. Okay, so I believe that what we have done today is a lot already, and you have had very good improvements. And so, if you would like, we could have scheduled another date for us to practice more on this tableau dot setting. If not, then thank you.